Happy New Year. Thanks for watching this morning. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know it's pretty sad that I'm at work right now, but here let's yeah, good old Robbie Burns. That's the only New Year's Eve themed song I know of. I can't think of anything else. Yeah. Old Lang Syne. No, I can't. Yeah, that's all I know. Oh, thank you. I've been playing for about 3 years now. I just feel like I'm just starting to getting good at it a little bit. I gotta start baking though. I'm just gonna wash my hands. I'm sure there's probably 4-year-olds out there that can play way better than I can. 4-year-old prodigies that can play like anything by ear. I envy those children. Born with prodigious talent. Excuse me. Oh, thank you. I'm learning. One day I'll be as good as a 4-year-old prodigy. maybe in my 80s. Well, I should have played that one. Greensleeves is sort of, I think of Greensleeves as being sort of festive. Making bagels. Bagels. B-A-G-E-L-S. B-A-G-E-L-S. Bagels. B-A-G-E-L-S. Bagels. M-O-N-T-R-E-A-L. B-A-G-E-L-S. Montreal Bagels. That's what the world needs, is more secular holiday music. Secular holiday music. There's too many religious holiday songs. We're not winning the war on Christmas. We atheists, we're not winning. We need to do a better job at winning that war. I can tell you a story or recite a poem to you too if you'd like. Poem, story, song, or trick. I can't really do the song right now because my hands have. I don't know if I can play the recorder with gloves on. I probably shouldn't play the recorder with gloves on. So I could do a story or a poem. I don't have any bagels made yet, so I can't really do a trick. Okay, I'll tell you a story. This one's called Roland Pied and the Oven Blade. There once was a young man named Roland Pied who played the recorder when he wasn't baking bagels. One day he was walking through a park and playing his recorder to rest a while from all his baking, when suddenly he spied a corpse lying on the ground beneath a swarm of flies. He put down his recorder, walked over to the corpse, shooed the flies away, and covered the dead man with stones. Returning to his oven later that day, he found that his oven blade had gone on by itself and already baked half the bagels he needed. From that day on, Roland Pied was the happiest baker alive. He'd bake until he was tired. Then he'd pull his recorder out of his pocket while his oven blade went on by itself. But Roland Pied lived in a town whose mayor did not admire his skill and was jealous of his fame. So the mayor devised a plan to rid the town of Roland. In the beginning he said that Roland was a good worker but lazy. Next he said that Roland baked a whole lot but badly. Then he accused Roland of being a sorcerer. People turned on him. Therefore, Roland Pied took his recorder and left his home behind. When Roland Pied came to a neighboring town, he went to all the business owners, but none of them would give him any work. Finally, he met an old busker and asked him for work to keep body and mind together. "Come along with me," said the old man. "We will share alms." So Roland Pied, the old man, started going around and singing. "Baker, why do you bear those silent things? Baker, how did you forget to stand where your feet are? Baker, no woman loves your wealth, although it is golden and good for her health. Baker, you are too dirty for lovers to wish to preen. Your limbs are the knots and cords of an old-fashioned machine. Baker line the rings and bash the boards. You don't need their applause for a thing that is yours. You are a baker and are what you are, not by a miracle, but by the work of your arms. Baker, be who you are. Everybody gave alms to the old man, but to Roland they said, "What is a young man like you out begging? Why don't you work for a living?" "Nobody will hire me," replied Roland Pye. "That's what you say. There is a king with so many hungry soldiers that he'll pay good wages to anyone willing to feed them." So Roland Pye went to the king's kitchen and took the old man whose alms he'd been sharing. The oven had never been used by anyone. Roland mixed the dough, then he rolled it into rings, then he boiled them, dressed them with seeds, and baked them until they're golden brown. Then he tossed them into a crate to cool down. Whenever Roland wearied of baking, he'd play his recorder. And once he was weary of playing his recorder, he'd sing, "Baker, why do you bear those silent things? Baker, how did you forget? Stand where your feet are. Baker, no woman loves her wealth, although it is golden and good for her health. Baker, you are too dirty for a lover to wish to preen. Your limbs are the knots and cords of an old-fashioned machine. Baker, line the rings and bash the boards. You don't need their applause for a thing that is yours. You are a baker and are what you are, not by a miracle, but by the work of your arms. Baker, be who you are." Everybody gave alms to the old man. To Roland they said, "What is a young man like you out begging?" Hearing the singing, a princess looked out the window. She saw Roland Pye and fell in love with him. But she was a princess and he a baker. The king would never consent to their marriage. So they decided to run away together. They fled at night in a boat. They were already on the high seas when Roland remembered the busker. He said to his beloved, "We must fetch the old man, since he shared his alms with me. We can't go off and leave him like that." At that very moment, the old man came up behind the boat, walking on the water as though it had been dry land. Reaching the boat, he said, "We agreed to divide everything we have, and I shared everything I own. Now you have the king's daughter, and must give half of her to me." At this, he gave Roland Pye the knife to cut his bride in two. Roland Pye took the knife with a trembling hand. "You are right," he said. "You are perfectly right." He was on the point of cutting his bride in two, when suddenly the old man stopped him. "Stop! I knew you were a just man. I am the dead man, mind you, whom you covered with stones. Go now, and may the two of you always be happy." At this, the old man walked away on the waves. The boat came to an island rich in all good things, with a princely palace awaiting the newlyweds. The end. The end. Oh, okay. You've probably gone already. Ugh. Do whatever you want to do. I don't need to be told to do whatever I want to do. I'll just do it. I'm glad you enjoyed the stories. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy, 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 happy New Year. Happy, 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 happy New Year. Oh, I see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was wondering what that was. You at? I was like, what kind of internet code is that? I don't know. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for. Hope you have a wonderful new year. Hopefully 2020 is going to be better than 2019. Hopefully. We could have a new president. That could be a nice president. That could be a nice president. That could be a nice president. United States of America could have a new president. That would be a nice thing to have. If that happened in 2020, that's all it needs to happen to make me happy. Give me a new president. That's all I can hope for this year. Probably not what we're going to get, though. How you like your current one? Ha 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 ha! I gotta laugh at that. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! It's like having El Capone or El Chapo as your president. Donald Trump, he's in the same group. I group him in the same group as like El Capone, Pablo Escobar, El Chapo Guzman. He seems to be the same kind of character. He has the same kind of character traits as like cartel drug kingpins or something. I could really see Donald Trump being that. Like that. That's his true calling. It's not the president of the United States of America. His true calling is like a cartel kingpin. He missed out on his true calling. He missed out. That's the only thing I feel sorry for the guy. He's like, he's just not. He's not in the right field. I would respect the man if he was like, I don't know, if he was like an actual drug kingpin. He doesn't take a paycheck. Yeah, that's because he's so corrupt. He's getting paid. He's like, he's getting, like, he doesn't get a paycheck. But he's getting money, like you guys are paying for his golf trips. All he's doing is playing golf. And like that's taxpayer golf. Taxpayers are paying for him to play golf, and then like all the functions, all the government functions he's having at Trump Towers and stuff like that. Like, of course he's not taking a paycheck. He's getting so many other like benefits from being president. Oh, that's such a smokescreen. I can't believe that's something you guys hold up as being virtuous. Oh, I'm not taking a paycheck. Yeah. You guys are so deluded. Trump supporters. Oh my God. You guys got to stop listening to talk radio and Fox News, because you're not getting an accurate version of reality presented to you. lowest unemployment. Yeah, right. The Trump tariffs. Oh, don't watch CNN. CNN is just as much garbage as Fox. Don't watch American media at all. That's the problem with Americans, is they're watching their own media. And all that crap is just made by corrupt oligarchs, which Trump is a part of the corrupt oligarchy. If you're not aware of that reality, you need to rethink your allegiance to the dude. Trumpty Dumpty sat on a great wall. Trumpty Dumpty had a great fall. Trumpty Dumpty and all the king's men couldn't put him back together again. Trumpty Dumpty. Trumpty Dumpty Diddle Dumpty. After I can't believe anybody still supports him after the impeachment inquiry. You guys, you're giving him too much credit for the economy. Trump has nothing to do with nothing Trump has done for the economy has benefited the economy. The economy operates on its own, separate from Trump's interactions, or whatever you want to call them. Trump is not some kind of economic messiah, if that's what you're trying to argue or something. The economic messiah. Oh, whatever. He doesn't have more support. He just has more divided. There's more divided. The people that are against him are more entrenched, and the people that are for him are more entrenched. He doesn't have any more support. He just has more ardent support. He just has more. The people that are hard line just got a little bit more hard line. That's all that's changed. He doesn't have more support. He probably has less support, but his supporters are just being more vociferous. They're just being more loud and ignorant, like that Matt Gaetz guy. Like all of those, like the GOP guys that were like defending him during the impeachment. I couldn't even listen to them. I had to turn the sound off when those guys were talking, because they're just like, the clock in the calendar, blah blah blah. Oh, my feelings are hurt. No facts, nothing. Just like, you're hurting our feelings. You're hurting Trump's feelings. His little hands can't take. His little hands and his little heart can't take this kind of abuse. Poor Trump. Think about Trump. He's such a persecuted individual. He is like Jesus Christ on the cross. Like that is exactly what what the GOP argument was. Don't persecute Jesus, because Because Trump is Jesus Christ Almighty. Jesus Christ Almighty. The second coming of Jesus Christ is Trump. Like, how delusional is that? Trump de Christ. Oh, whatever. No evidence. That's all there was evidence. There was just like mountains and mountains of evidence. And then the like not letting anybody actually testify, and like, I mean, the Senate trial is just gonna be a sham. It's gonna be like, what a disgrace for your country. It's sad that the Constitution's just gonna be. You might as well just burn your Constitution up. It's the end of your democracy. I'm waiting for democracy to come back to America. He is impeached. What are you talking about? They didn't try to impeach him. They impeached him. Congress impeached him. He's impeached. They did history a good. They did a good thing for history. Now it's just a matter of yes, he's impeached by the Congress, the legislative body that actually matters, that's actually democratic. He's impeached by that institution, the one that actually represents the will of the people. Senates are just president's bodyguards, pretty much. Well, I think they're doing the right thing. It's pretty obvious that the Senate's not going to do a fair trial. So they should, if the Senate's not willing to do a fair trial, then they should hold it back. Not until they can get a good, like, a fair. That they can get a commitment from the GOP that they can get a fair trial. I'm doing well, thank you. I think Congress is, they're exercising the power that they have, right? They're exercising it appropriately. The person who's abusing power is the president. So if you want to talk about abuse of power, you gotta actually. The president is such a projector. He just projects all of his, like. He does exactly the thing that he says that his adversaries do. He's a projection machine. But why would he do that, though? Unless he's trying to cover up something. Why would he do that? He's obviously trying to cover up his wrongdoing. Sure, he can do whatever he wants, but if it makes you look more guilty, then why is he doing it? To cover up. It's a big, fat old cover up. hopefully you guys have. I know he's not going to get impeached by the Senate. So yeah, so like hopefully you guys have the good sense to just vote him out. But I don't know. I don't know. It's a cover-up because he's not letting anybody that with relevant information. He's not letting Bolton testify. He's not letting Pompeo testify. He's not letting Mulvaney testify. He's not letting. He's threatening. He's threatening witnesses. He's telling them to. That they might lose. There's actually, you know, that what's her name? I can't remember the Ukrainian ambassador. They got that brave woman that stood up and told the truth. The Ukrainian ambassador, like he's so petty. So like. Yeah, and call me. Oh yeah, Yovanovitch. Yeah, that very brave woman, an American hero. She's an American hero. I love toast. I've eaten some brave toast in my day. Toast that is braver than Donald Trump, and a nicer brown. I don't like. I wouldn't eat an orange piece of bread. I like my bread to be nice and golden brown. If Trump was bread, he'd be pumpkin loaf. Nobody in their right mind should say that he's brave. I know. I have the orange man bad syndrome. Never Trump. I got like the never Trump. I got a never Trump infection. It goes deep. I just don't think criminals should be president. He was a criminal before he was president, and he's obviously hasn't changed. So. Oh, Hillary was trash too, but I think you guys got a winner with Bernie Sanders. If you guys elect Bernie Sanders, you have a hope. You have a hope. You have a hope for the future. Go Bernie. Bernie is the future. Bernie and AOC. Those are the hot tickets. Bernie and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Elizabeth Warren. Man, that's the dream team right there. If you had Bernie Sanders as president, Elizabeth Warren as vice president, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I don't know, what she should be like Speaker of the House or something until she become president. I think she'd be an awesome president. Oh no, man, AOC all the way. She's a serious politician. You gotta, she can actually speak in full sentences that are like understandable. Like, Trump has like maybe a grade 6 level of grammar. AOC's she's a college, she's a university educated. She's a elite politician. No, man, I love listening to Alexandria Cortez talk. She's a powerful speaker. I don't know where you're coming from, man. When I hear Trump speak, it's just like brr 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 brr. Like it's like listening to a dog fart or something. Like that's the level of conversation. That's like but Alexandria Cortez, like, she's obviously educated and literate, so you don't get the same sense from Trump that you don't get the same sense that he's literate when he talks. I've probably incurred the wrath of the Trump troll army on Twitch. I imagine there's quite a large contingent of Trump defenders on Twitch. Trumpty Dumpty sat on a great wall. Trumpty Dumpty had a great fall. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! It's a Trump tour! It's a Trump army! Yeah, Andrew Yang, he's pretty interesting too. He's not gonna obviously win the candidacy, but I think he's obviously he has some interesting ideas, especially the basic income, guaranteed basic income. I think that would I'm for that idea. I think that's a good idea. I think he's a good progressive choice. But he doesn't have the support. Yang's not going to win though. That's maybe next time. Hopefully he runs again. He seems like he's presidential material. He'd make a good president. I find it funny that like Trump's like GOP supports him, but they would never raise their children to be like Trump. There was that GOP senator. He's like, no, Trump would never be a good example for children. Like, but they're all supporting him, right? But he's like, he's not a role model for anybody. Nobody should imitate Trump's behavior. Especially, like, it should not be a model for the next generation of citizens, that's for sure. Of democratic citizens. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, socialism is where you guys got to go. It is Trump or socialism, and that's why it's important to defend socialism right now. Because it's being stigmatized by fools. I don't support fascists, if that's what you're asking. And I don't think that anybody should. And that it should be in everybody's best. It should be everybody's prerogative to defend democracy against fascism. Democracy really is worth protecting, so it really is. We take it for granted. Democracy is not perfect, but it's definitely better than what Russia and North Korea have, right? So. It is a stark choice. It's the choice between oligarchy or democratic socialism. Fascist oligarchy or democratic socialism. I think the choice is pretty easy. I don't know why it's so hard for some people to see as the best choice, the choice in their best interest is democratic socialism. I know it's in my best choice to support democratic socialism. Not socialist. They're not socialists. They have a capitalist system, if you're wondering. It's a mixed economy with a command, an economic command, but they have capitalist market, right? I am one of the less fortunate ones. That's the reason. Yeah, I don't like. I could be getting paid far less. If the capitalists had their way, I'd be a slave, right? It's only because of democratic socialism that we actually have the labor rights that we do have, right? So. I'm not a capitalist. I'm a laborer. I work in this economy, and I want my rights to be protected, right? So why would I vote for people that want to take away my rights as a worker? Why would I vote for somebody that wants me to pay me less? Why would I vote for somebody that wants me to go without health insurance? Why would I vote for somebody that doesn't believe in labor rights and economic and employment rights? And that's what conservatives are all about. They're about empowering corporations and institutions, and weakening the power of average citizens. I'm not anti-capitalist. I just don't think that capitalism should be allowed to run amok. And I don't think that capitalists should have all the power in society. Democratic socialism is about taking back that power. I know we've forgotten the lessons of World War II, right? Like, we're in the same kind of precarious situation that we were in the 30s and the 40s. We've forgotten how harmful and destructive fascism is, and people are being lured towards that, towards the fascist end of the spectrum. It's dangerous times. Trumpty Dumpty's way over his head. A socialist nation. Yeah, it's double speak, dude. Have you ever read Orwell? When the Nazis say that they're socialists, that was double speak, right? You understand that, don't you? So if you want to be deceived by Nazi propaganda, then go ahead. But the rest of us aren't deceived by that kind of shit. Like when the Nazis say that they're socialists, that's double speak. That's like the definition of double speak. What happened to all the king's men? trying to put Trumpty Dumpty back together again. Trumpty Dumpty sat on a great wall. Trumpty Dumpty had a great fall. Bernie Sanders 2020. Or Elizabeth Warren. They're both pretty good, so. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez for 2024. That would be a beautiful thing. Trump's gonna start another war in Iran, in the Middle East, that you guys can't win. Another indefinite war that goes on forever and ever, and all it does is enrich the military-industrial complex. While at the same time bankrupting all of your democratic socialist institutions. This is America. This is America. Let me tell you a story about Trump. There once was a young man. Oh, this is that's the wrong one. There once was a rich man who had just one son, and the boy was dearly loved by his father. As everybody knows, the greatest scourge on earth for a rich man is work. Therefore, when his son turned 14, the father decided to send him to school to learn the science of laziness. As everybody knows, on the same street as the rich man there lived a famous and highly respected professor who had never done a lick of work in his life he could get out of doing. The rich man called on him and found him stretched out in the garden under a fig tree with a cushion under his head, a cushion under his back, and a cushion under his buttocks. Before talking to him, I must first see how he does, said the rich man to himself, and he hid behind a hedge to observe the man. The professor lay as still as a corpse with his eyes closed. The only time he moved was whenever he heard the thud of a ripe fig falling on the ground near where he lay. He'd reach slowly out, bring the fruit to his mouth, and swallow it. Then he wouldn't stir again until another fig fell. This is just the professor I need, decided the rich man. And he came out from his hiding place, introduced himself, and asked the professor if he'd teach his son the science of laziness. Old man, answered the professor, just above a whisper. Don't talk so much. It tires me to listen to you. If you want to bring your son up as you and I are, just send him to me. So the rich man went home, took his son by the hand, thrust a feathered pillow under his arm, and led him to the garden. I urge you, he told him, to do everything you see this professor of idleness do. The boy, who already had an inclination for that particular science, also stretched out under the fig tree. Observing his teacher, he saw him reach for every fig that fell and bring it to his mouth. Why should I work myself to death reaching for figs, he thought. And he lay there with his mouth wide open. Soon a fig fell into his mouth. He let it go down slowly. Then he reopened his mouth. Another fig fell. This time it missed. He lay there perfectly still and murmured, Why so wide at the mark? Fig fall into my mouth. Seeing how wise his pupil already was, the professor said, Go on now. You have nothing to learn from me. You can even teach me something. So the boy went home to his father, who thanked heaven for having given him such a smart son. The end. That was a story about Trump. That was a story about Trump and his father. What happened to the king's men? Nobody's agitating for their beloved King Trump. King Trump. King Trump, King Trump. Oh, okay, sweet. I know I can't listen to Trump because of things like saying that like climate change is a hoax. Like that just suggests to me that he's not a mentally fit human being to be in that position. It's not a freaking hoax, dude. It's so plainly obvious that it's occurring. Like, I know the gaslighting that goes on is just mind-boggling. It makes me wonder who's gaslighting Trump. Do you think that's Vladimir Putin? Do you think Vladimir Putin's the one that's gaslighting him? He's like, oh no, we're not doing anything bad to you. We're not doing nothing nefarious. We're not your enemy. We're not like actively trying to thwart your Middle Eastern policy and your Ukrainian policy and your global policy. We're not your rival or anything. We're your good buds. Trump's like, yeah. Vladimir Putin's my best friend. He might actually be his best friend. Who knows? Maybe they're FaceTiming right now at this very moment. And Putin's like, you know, we could release those videos of those Russian prostitutes that you've been hanging out with whenever you come by. Whenever you come by, trying to erect your Trump Tower in our Moscow. Erect your Trump Tower in our Moscow. Oh, I see. I'm just being belligerent. Just being divisively belligerent. Because that's the thing to do nowadays. Be divisive, to be as divisive and as belligerent as you possibly can. That's how you behave like a president. Be as belligerent and hostile as you possibly can to everybody you know, especially your friends. Don't treat your friends like they're your friends. Treat them like they're a hostile enemy. That's the Trump doctrine. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies even closer. That I think that's the problem, though. To each their own. That's sort of the doctrine that is like permeating our civilization right now. Each to their own. I don't know if it's working out very good, though. Maybe we need to pull together a little bit in 2020. Be a little bit more empathetic. Less irrationally triggered by everything. I'm jealous that you're playing video games right now. I have to bake. Oh. Here's my this is the only game I can play while I'm baking. I don't know why I came in so early this morning. We don't open until 9 o'clock, and which is like 3 hours after. No, yeah, it's 2 hours after we usually start. Didn't really need to be here so early. Oh, excuse me. Cooking hot in here. I think somebody turned the heater on. The thing that I find most baffling about Trump supporters is like, they actually think that he cares about them. He doesn't give a shit about. He doesn't give a shit about anything other than himself. It's pretty obvious that that's all he cares about. I have a really hard time figuring, like, it seems so mysterious to me. Like, why do they think that he cares about them? Why do they think that he has their interests in mind when he's making decisions? Like, it's pretty obvious he doesn't. Well, but the thing is, like, he doesn't do anything. He might say, you know, the difference between the Democrats and Trump is that Trump might say that he cares about, but the policies that he enacts are completely antithetical to improving people's lives and improving the working conditions of average citizens, right? But the Democrats actually talk about things that actually would improve a person like mine. Their policies would improve my life. I can look at their policies and I can say that would benefit me. But I look at everything that Trump and conservatives put on the table for policy, and it never ever looks like something that would be beneficial to somebody like me. So I think that's the difference for me, is that I think that Democrats actually, you know, maybe there might be a little bit of lip service there, but the actual policies actually have some factual, rational, factual consequence. But yeah, but why do you think that Trump would care about you if you believe that other Trump politicians don't care about you? Like, I don't understand. Like, Trump to me seems like somebody that would care even less than the average politician. It just seems like it just seems like it's completely about him. It's like, I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't understand it. I don't understand the attraction. He's not even charismatic. He's not even like somebody that makes me want to gravitate towards him. He just seems like a train wreck. That's the only reason that's the only reason I'm interested in Trump, is because it just seems like a big giant train wreck. Like, look at all the dead people and destroyed look at all the carnage. Holy crap. Look at all the carnage. I just can't take my eyes off the carnage. Like Trump might say that he cares about the average American or average person, but he's not doing anything to. He's not doing anything about climate. He's not doing anything about gun violence. He's not doing anything about making wages higher and making healthcare more affordable. And so he might say those things, but he actually doesn't have any. There's no substance. There's no policies that actually would make a meaningful difference. Whereas with the Democrats, maybe they don't actually care, but their policies actually mean something. They actually have some substance. Maybe they're not completely perfect or consequential, but at least a literate person can say that there's something there. Oh my God, Starbucks isn't open until 8:30 this morning. I don't know if I can do it. I'm not gonna be able to do my espresso. My quad macchiato espresso. Y'all, I'm going to Montreal this month. Y'all, I'm gonna go eat the real thing, the real Montreal style bagel. I'm gonna start my grand bagel tour in Montreal. Actually, that's not true. My grand bagel tour started in Seattle. That's the first. I've eaten bagels in Seattle and in Portland, and obviously I've eaten plenty of bagels in Vancouver. We make the best bagels in Vancouver, by the way. I'm sure there's others that might say that they make better bagels than we do, but I can say that they're categorically wrong. that they indulge in some kind of delusional thinking is what I would say. We make the bagel that rules them all. I made a perfect batch of multigrain. I think I might actually eat a multigrain today. I don't often eat the multigrain, but they look really, really good. They're really good. Perfectly evenly browned. Lots of seeds, but not too many seeds. Fat and juicy oven fruit. What game are you watching? Game. Or you're playing a game. Ah, I see. What game are you playing? I want to know. Oh, sweet. Nice. I haven't played Destiny. I've been playing Far Cry Primal and a little bit of Vermintide. I don't have a lot of time to play video games, unfortunately. Wish I had more time. Maybe when I retire from this, I'll become a streamer. Become a game streamer. I'm not good enough at video games to be a streamer, though. I'll check it out. Oh, that sounds cool. Especially if there's free stuff. This month is not going to be very good for video gaming though, because I'm going to be away. I'm going to be in Alberta, and then I'm going to be in Quebec. I'm going to go to Alberta for a week. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get a good following doing this though, because like I only do it for a short time in the morning, and then I don't know. I'm not sure if I have the. I don't know if I have the streamer personality. I don't know what it takes to be a good streamer. I'm going to do this for 10. I think I'm going to do this for 10 years. So I got another 4 years to go, and then once I'm done the 4 years or 10 years here, I'm gonna go back to school and get a master's in education or something, and then I'm gonna teach poetry. Such. I'm gonna be a literature teacher, a teacher of literature. That's my next career. That's my next career aspiration. Or a kids show. That's another career after. I want to make a kids show. The Friendly Baker or something. Tells stories and stuff. That's my next career move. Aspiration, I should say. Well, puppets and crap like that. Musical guests. Puppets and musical guests. Puppets, poetry, and music. Puppets, poetry, and music. Baker, musician, magician, baker. Musician, magician, baker. Musician, magician, baker. Magician, musician, baker. Baker, musician, magician. Baker, magician, musician. Baker, magician, musician. Baker, musician, magician. Baker, magician, musician. Baker, musician, magician. Baker, musician, magician. Baker, musician, magician. Baker, musician, magician. Magician, musician, baker. Musician, baker, musician, magician. Baker, magician, musician. Baker, magician, musician. Baker, magician, musician. Baker, musician, magician. Oh, my phone is gonna die. I might have to end the stream pretty soon because the my battery is depleting, process of depletion. Musician, magician, baker. Baker, musician, magician. Baker, musician, magician. Baker, musician, magician. Musician, magician, baker. Magician, baker, magician. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-dee-boo-boo. Billy-bitty-ba-ba-doo. Billy-bitty-ba-ba-doo-bee. Billy-bitty-ba-ba-doo. Billy-bitty-ba-ba-doo-bee. Billy-bitty-ba-ba-doo. Bippity-boppity-boo. Bippity-boppity-boo. Califragilistic. Expialidocious. Bippity-boppity-boo. Califragilistic expialidocious. Califragilistic expialidocious. Califragilistic expialidocious. Bippity-boppity-boo. Bippity-bippity-bop. Bippity-boppity-boo. Bippity-bippity-boo. Bippity-boppity-boo. Bippity-bippity-bee-bop. Bippity-bippity-bee-bop-boppity-boo. Bippity-boppity-boo. 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 Yeah, let's see. I'll go until 7 o'clock. I guess I could plug my external battery in. I could stream for almost 4 hours this morning. Or, well, maybe not that long. A New Year's Day special. My ratings are pretty low right now, though. I currently have one person watching me. Yeah, no doubt, eh? It does help to be a girl. The only person I follow that is like, I don't want to sound like a sexist, but the only female streamer I follow is Amaranth, and I don't watch her ever because she doesn't play video games hardly ever. I want to watch people play video games on Twitch. That's the thing with female streamers is sometimes, most of the times it's not about the game. I want to follow female streamers, but they I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I hope it's not latent misogyny. Because then I'd be in trouble. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. I could say a lot of politically incorrect things about women streaming on Twitch, but I'll try to refrain from saying politically incorrect things. Don't want to offend anybody out there. Don't want to start Gamergate 2.0 or anything. shit, I'm like the only person working in this whole, like, it's a huge, like, strip mall complex. And I'm like the only I guess McDonald's is open. I'm like, me and McDonald's are the only two businesses that are open right now. It's so dead. It's so weird not having the store open right now. I should turn some tunes on. Maybe. Oh, I guess. Maybe I can't. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can't believe Starbucks isn't open right now. What's wrong with you, Starbucks? 8:30? Someone like me can't wait till 8:30 for coffee. This sucks. I hate you, McDonald's. I hate you, Starbucks. You suck. I want my coffee. I'd have to make it myself. I guess I could do it. I don't like our coffee. I don't know what it is about the coffee here. I'm not a fan of it. So I don't drink our coffee, even though I could drink it all day long for free. I still don't drink it. If I was running this business, I would get a better quality coffee in here ASAP. I'm not in charge of those kind of things, so. But our coffee is woo. Makes me want to barf. I need good quality coffee. I need Starbucks. I'm addicted to Starbucks coffee. I guess I could go to McDonald's again and get more coffee from there. I'm also an espresso drinker. I like espressos, and we don't have espresso here. I love me some espresso. Espresso me up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end the stream there. My phone's about to die, so gotta put it on the charger for a bit. Happy New Year. Hope this year is better than last. Although last year wasn't too bad. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year.